Nothing now.
Check closer to it.
Sure.
Nothing, Calvin. This is Claude. I hear you fine. I just don't.
All right,
see
I
you.
guess you're gonna. Okay, you're gonna have to do me without video right now. I had to switch to my phone because the tablet has gone out on me. So yeah.
Mayor, we're live on the channel now.
Yes, I know. What about Scott? Is everything's correct?
Now you're gonna have to do me without video. I can see all of you, but I'm having device issues.
Are you okay that we start?
Yeah, please go ahead. Don't wait on me.
Okay, thank you very
Would
much.
you like me to?
Good afternoon.
Voice, or do you have to speak?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. And Madam Clerk, please roll call, please.
Board Member Desilme?
Here.
Board Member Keys?
Here.
Board Member Estime Irvin?
Present.
Board Member Galvin?
Here.
Chairman Bieneme?
Yeah.
Chairman, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much, and all the council members are here, and we have executive director for the CRA, the attorney, our city clerk, and we are here. And I think we should be fortunate that we are able to make it, because as of right now, over 82,000 people have lost their lives due to COVID-19. That's mean it's a very, very tough situation. And I think everyone in this country, whether it's their loved one or a friend or someone they know, or to someone, has been affected by this pandemic. And that's mean if we were able to make it, if we were able to be behind camera and be able to speak and working on behalf of the people, is because we are more fortunate than some. And before we move forward, can we please take a minute to remember those who lost their lives due to this pandemic, the COVID-19. Thank you very much. And before we move with agenda item number 1, can I get a motion on the minute from last month, please?
Not posted, Mayor.
What happened?
The minutes are not posted.
They're not in the agenda.
They're not in the agenda.
They'll be next month.
Okay.
They weren't ready.
So they'll be available for the next meeting.
Okay. Item for review and or action, is there any?
Yes, Mayor.
That would be, okay. Let's move to agenda item number 1.
Agenda item 1. Resolution approved emergency rental relief program.
Madam
The
Clerk.
resolution of the chairman and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment.
Madam City Clerk,
You can't hear me?
I hear you, but sometimes it's breaking up. I don't know if it's your volume is too high or anything. Check it and see, please.
Okay, so we'll give Ricardo a minute to come in so that he can fix. We don't touch anything here.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. And while Ricardo is coming, and is there anyone?
Would you like me to try again?
Okay, try again.
Agenda item 1, resolution to approve emergency renters relief program. A resolution of the chairman and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency establishing the COVID-19 Rental Assistance Program, allocating $1 million to the COVID-19 Rental Assistance Program, authorizing the executive director to take all steps necessary and appropriate to implement the COVID-19 Rental Assistance Program, and providing an effective date. Agenda item 1. Was everyone able to hear that?
Yes.
I do. Yeah. Thank you very much. And CRA?
Good afternoon, Chairman and Board Member. Before you is a request to, one, approve the Renters Assistance Program guidelines that staff drafted and the approval of $1 million towards this program. The intent of this program is to assist our North Miami residents residing within the North Miami CRA boundaries for up to 3 months rent starting April 1st, 2020. This is for people who have been negatively affected by the COVID-19 through loss of employment. They're making less money. Applicants must reside within the city of North Miami CRA boundaries for at least 1 year. They will need to provide information, their rental lease agreement. Even if the lease has expired, they need to provide it as proof, even if they're on a month-to-month. We will process the payment once we determine that they are qualified based on income, and we will make the check payable to the landlord with notation of the tenant's information on the check. With you have the application with the grant guidelines, the attorneys here. We also have the state of Florida updated sheet on what constitutes low income and moderate income as part of the package. We urge you to review and consider this application and approve it, as we have been getting several requests from our residents asking for assistance with their rent at this time. I'm available if you have any questions.
Before we move forward with questions from any member of the board, Madam Clerk, do you have any comments or public from any residents?
We do not have any public. We don't have any public comments that were submitted in advance of this meeting. I'm going to check to see if anyone's hands are raised.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, it does not appear that we have any hands raised for public comment.
Thank you very much. We open public hearing, and we are closing public hearing on agenda item number 1. It's resolution to approve emergency renters relief programs. And member of the board, Carol first.
Okay, thank you. So through the mayor to Rush, do you have any applications received yet?
Oh, because
Give me a second, Rasha, before we move forward. Before we move forward, and let me make some clarification about that. I remember since the crisis, and I've been listening to what other cities, counties, and what they've been doing in different states. And for over 3 weeks, and I talked to the CRA to see if there is any program that we can be, that the city can make in place to help those residents. And that's why we come with the first $50,000, then the other 600 program, and then with that renters things. And when they make it available, the policy and everything, and I asked the CRA, okay, on Wednesday after we pass that, I would like to have a drive to us, a place for people to come up and get the application. And it's going to be available throughout the city. That's when we're going to distribute as many applications we can. And now when people are going to return those applications with all the document requested, that's when we're going to process that. And as of right now, I don't know if Russia have application available, and I don't know if anyone has any application as of right now. And I asked the CRA director about applications, and they said the applications is going to be available after we vote on this item. That's been the fact that people thinking that I may have applications, or I may give application to people, or any member of the council or the CRA have issued applications. As of right now, from what the CRA said, we haven't given application to anyone. That's been not return application. I don't think anyone have applications as of right now. Is that clear, Madam CRA Director?
Yes, Chair. The application's in front of you to approve. It is, obviously now it's public record because we posted it for the agenda. However, we're not giving out any applications until the board approves this program, because technically it doesn't exist yet until you voted for it. Once it is approved, we're having a press release, e-blast. We've already informed everyone that has called us that tomorrow morning as of 9 a.m. the application will be available at the Joe Celestine Center for pickup. I have emailed you as well, each of you, and inquired on the method that we're doing it, if you had any recommendations or advice. But right now, everybody who has called, we've told them Wednesday 9 a.m. the application will be available at the Joe Celestine Center for pickup. We are not doing it online, like as I had explained before, because our grant system has crashed several times because of the commercial emergency grant program that we're doing. So this would make it more cumbersome. So this is why we're doing paper applications for people to pick up. They have to complete them. And when they bring them back with all the information, that's when we start processing the applications on a per-served basis.
And secondly, before we give it to Carol, and you even call council members to see if they need any applications, right?
Yes, I mean, I had done it via email to everyone.
And my answer to you, I said, I'm not gonna give any applications. If someone wanna come and get an application, they can either come tomorrow or they can come to you. I don't need anything to do with application. All I did is make it public and talk on the radio and ask and tell people that the program is available and anyone can come up and get an application. I just want to put that in record. Yes, Carol, now it's your turn.
Yes, so the application is online, and I actually posted in an email this weekend where you could click on for an application. So after today, the application could possibly change after we finish voting. I just wondered if people were sending them in yet, because I do have people calling me, where can I turn in my application? So I know there might be some. Rush, I think I'm looking at the application, and one of the to me missing requirements is proof that people did in fact pay rent before this happened. I mean, it might have a lease, but I think we're looking to see that we're actually paying up until the last month or so when they lost their job. So there's no requirement of proof of payment. There's also really no proof of receiving income. So maybe they lost their job, but did they really have that income? So we have bank statements going back 30 days, but we should go back a little bit longer, showing people did in fact have income, and then they stopped having income because of the COVID. Because the purpose, to me, of this money is for people that are affected. I'm 100% for the grant. I'm not trying to be negative. I just want to make sure that we do in fact prove people were paying rent, had income, and lost it. And the only other thing, I spoke to Rasha, and I had an issue because a lot of my constituents in North Miami, in the center of the city, they're really having a relationship, are not able to get to Celestine Center tomorrow morning at 9 to get this. We've put some flyers around this weekend, but I want time to make sure they have it, whether we can have one other or let them know that they can pick up applications at your office or the library or something. I need something a little bit more convenient. I mean, we'll drop off applications, but we need a little time to do that. So my main thing that I would like an amendment to the resolution or an understanding is once all of the applications come in, all of the eligible ones will go into more of a lottery than first come, first serve. Because some people are like ready at the door. If these applications are good, they're going to be in tomorrow morning, whereas other people need a little more time. I'd like it to be a lottery situation, not first come, first serve. So that would be my amendment to the resolution.
I'll second the amendment. This is Scott. Can you still hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, I'll second the motion to make it a lottery system.
Thank you.
Okay, let's dice public hearing and Councilman Desulmate.
Yes, on the item, I think Carol asked one of the questions that I had, but I think that question I already answered. I did send Rasha in some questions with the city attorney, which was answered at the beginning of the process. The first question, but I do have in reference to the number of months, I guess, the folks have. I would also like to make an amendment if we could start in May versus April. So we could do May and because April already passed. I'm assuming we're almost mid of May. So May makes some sense versus going back a month. So May, June, whatever, June, July, et cetera, if we're doing the 3 months, et cetera, et cetera. My concern was that I think Councilman Keys mentioned that when we do have events only at City Hall or in front of the police station is to that same issue that she talks about. So I do support that amendment, but I did talk to Rasha. Rasha did say the application will be available in the CRA's office and at Sunkiss Grove. And the only question that I have is, in terms of the distribution tomorrow, have you worked with the police department to ensure social distancing in terms of the when the people are getting the application and how many would be distributed there and how many will be available at the offices, et cetera, et cetera. Just to note, my district, I have not even one building. Well, I do have one little building by 95 with maybe 20 people in there. But I certainly do fully support this initiative and great job again, Rasha and the CRA attorney for working swiftly to put this together. So that's my two questions. One of the main one Carol did ask in regards to the income and if they would start, and I did, if they would start May, June, and July, giving, the thing in April. And that's basically that. In terms of the lottery, I'm a big component of the lottery system because I think it's at least practicing fair. My question would be to staff, and I'm open to whichever way the commission wants to go, is the main point of the lottery system is to ensure transparency, and I guess that's what we're looking for. So how do we do that when the people can't be there? What are the remedies for that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Either way, first come, first serve or lottery, I'm all for whichever the majority of the commission is going. Thank you.
And Ricardo, if you can fix making sure that the communication is more fluid, because I missed some words from Vice Mayor Desulmate. Now, Councilwoman Estimate Irvin. And before we go with Councilwoman Estimate Irvin, as far as application, I think we should give as many applications we can. That's been, even though if we have, and the thing we're gonna do on more, as of right now, I didn't even know that the applications were online. That's when people can print those applications as of right now, right, Rasha?
It's not in our grant system. We will upload the application in the PDF format on our website for the public, but right now it is in our agenda packet. So it is technically online and available to the general public. I think that's how.
Okay, I thought right now if someone wants to go online, if someone wants to go online, print an application, they will be able to do so, right?
Sure. They won't be able to fill it out online like the commercial grant. That's what I meant.
As
But you will
of
be able to
when?
download it. After you approve it, we're going to upload the application.
That's mean as of tomorrow it can be available, right? For people to fill online.
Not to fill online, but just to download.
Is that
To
correct?
download, not to fill online, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I wanted to, Chairman, will you allow me to answer some of the two comments that I got previously before we go? Or do you want me to take all the questions first and then answer?
The question, let's wait, let's listen, Councilwoman Irvin. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your me. Can you hear me now?
Other people can mute the mic, so.
Yeah. I think that might work. Okay. Again, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Rasha and your staff for putting this together. Like Councilwoman Keys mentioned, most of the persons affected are in central of the district, which affects District 3 and District 2. So I'm very grateful for this. I do approve some of the comments that were made, but in terms of the lottery, and I understand these are different times, and I think it should be first come, first serve. So whoever is proactive and comes and fill out the application and there's a need should get it. So I am not for the lottery system. I just wanted to make sure that I'm clear on that. I heard a comment about possibly pushing it back to May 1st. I have no opposition to that, but instead of April 1st, I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to put on the record that I do not approve the lottery system. I think with the times that we have, just like everything going on, that if someone's in need, they're going to do what they need to do to come fill out the application and put their, and when the money runs out, it runs out. And I think that's how we should handle that. But I'm going to put that on the record. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. And I think if we're gonna have something tomorrow where people gonna be able to pick up their applications, if the application gonna be available online to fill, if people will be able to come up at any city center, whether it's Griffin, whether it's Grand Margolis, whether it's the CRA location to pick up the application, that's when I figured out that we're gonna have thousands of applications to process. And if we have money for, first of all, we haven't decided are we gonna pay 2 months or 3 months. The proposal is 3 months, but if we wanna serve more people, is it better to go 2 months so we can serve more people, or you wanna keep it 3 months? That's what I would like to hear first from my members. What do you think? Vice Mayor Scott, what do you think? Vice
I'm
Mayor.
open. Maybe you can see me now.
Yes. I can hear
I'm
you.
open to whichever. I'm open to whichever 2 or 3 months, and the reason I favor the lottery is because we've done similar things before and received heavy accusations from members of the community that we were only giving the grants to our friends. Even if that wasn't the case.
No, we understand, Scott. We're going to be voting on that. The question now is between 2 months or 3 months so we can serve more people. But we're going to come with that lottery section. Yes, Councilwoman is still Irvin.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I am in favor of doing 3 months, and the reason is because as much as I do want to serve more people, like you're kind of pushing, Mr. Chair, the reason why I'm pushing for 3 months because most people, if they're not essential worker, have sat in for about a month or plus. Okay, some people may have even lost some income or their jobs. They're going to need some time to go back into the workplace and give them a time of relief. So I think a real sort of help would be 3 months. This is my logic. However, I'm not, I guess some help is better than none, but I am in favor of leaving it at 3 months. I just want to put that on there.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor.
I wanted to say, in terms of the 3 months or 2 months, Rasha, how many people would that serve? Currently, is it 500 or 400 we're supposed to serve at the 3 months?
Up to 400 households with the 3 months.
Yes, up to. So meaning that
the chart.
Average of the rent. So does everyone get exactly the same amount, or do they get what their actual rent is?
Exactly. It's based on the chart, and it's based on how much they're paying, but they have to fit within the chart. And because if you pay less than what they were paying, the landlord can still evict them, right? So
Yes.
you have to make sure that whatever you're doing is actually helping them, and we're not wasting the funds. So that's why we're using the chart and the priorities, giving it to low income residents, to moderate income residents that have lost their jobs and that are, negatively impacted right now by COVID.
So let's be fair real quick. If somebody's rent is $1,500 and somebody's rent is $800, which I don't think we have anymore anywhere in America. So the $1,200 or $1,500 model, how many people? So that's closer to the 400 people.
Again, the way I did the formula, I did it on the higher part of it for the $1 million. But again, it'll depend. But I'm telling you, up to 400 households is what our goal is to assist with the 3 months rent.
Okay, because
You're right. Now, if you change, let's say if you were to do it to 2 months, that's an additional extra month that we could apply to somebody else. Maybe like another quarter, another 100 household could be helped. It's me guesstimating. I can't,
Yeah, I would like to. The more people you help, the better. But I just wanted to, and I'm just throwing it out there. Perhaps. So you say, if you are paying for the rent, but you really don't know, I guess you could come back here next month and say, well, we only had money, $1 million only helped like 300 people because everybody's rent is $1,500 or $2,000, and it's just a little bit that's under that, unless we kind of wait. So I will be more towards the more the better. So if it's 2 months with more people, that's fine. If it's 3 months again, I don't really mind, but I would like to have at least some standard of this is what they're applying to. And I think you said North Miami, the average rent is $1,200, or is it around there per month?
It was like between $800 to like $1,300 a month. When I had sent the chart from the Renter Cafe of the average rent in North Miami, depending on the household. Mr. Chair, can I make a couple of comments on that? So when we were working on this, as you recall, the emergency declaration was done March 13th. So for us, the month of March has already been paid, but a lot of people were laid off right after. And that's why we were looking at April being the beginning. And
I can't hear you.
From the phone for April, now they owe May. And that was the reason why
Mayor, they're having issues with
we wanted
the
April.
computer there.
You can change it.
But you said you called up.
They're having issues with the
Can you
computer
hear?
there. My staff is on the way over there.
You see our view?
Yeah, because it'll probably be being detected by the camera.
Okay. So let's see.
Can I continue? Can you hear me or?
Yes, go ahead.
No, for some reason the sound.
Yeah, the sound's not coming through.
Okay.
This thing is off. So that was one of the reasoning behind it. So I just wanted you to know that when you're making the decision about if we're starting at May as opposed to April, there are people who actually haven't paid April, and they're calling our office asking for assistance because they lost their employment as of March, when the declaration was done. The other item, again, if you want to do 2 months, it's your prerogative. We're already in mid-May, so if we're helping someone, we're helping them for the 2 months. June and July are out next door. This, again, was a way to help them so they can get, while they're waiting for their unemployment, while they're getting their food stamps, so they can use their disposable cash to feed their families, pay for their utilities, because we're doing the heavy lifting by covering like the largest expense for that. So that was the reasoning behind it. For Councilwoman Keys, in there, we do ask for proof of income for the last 30 days and from everyone in the household. It is in the application packet. And also there is a spreadsheet that we created that shows before COVID and after COVID expenses and income, and they need to itemize how their expenses are, so we can see what they were making before and how they're surviving right now. So there is a spreadsheet in the back of the application that asks for that information. If they're on food stamps, if they're receiving child support, all those things will take into account so we can determine what is best for them. The other item is in terms of distribution. I think that the Vice Mayor asked about are we going to have police? Yes, we've been working hand in hand with the North Miami Police Department, Chief Doriga and his team. Okay, the team, we will have a section for drive-through to pick up the application, and a section for pedestrians who walk up. We will have social distancing guidelines observed. The police will make sure they enforce it. We're going to have large posters print out of the CRA map with the streets so people can actually go and make sure that they are in the CRA boundary before they wait in line, because I don't want people waiting and wasting their time. And the chief told me that as of tonight, they are going to have the map there outside for people to look at. Again, the distribution is at 9 o'clock. Like the Vice Mayor said and Councilman Key said, we are going to have other distribution areas. This is the largest one that we're doing because of the amount of phone calls and inquiries that we've received. We felt that the Just Listing Center is easier to manage with the crowd. We do have applications at the CRA office, and we're going to post the application, the PDF, online for people to download.
And thank you very much. And okay, this is what I would like to request. One,
something, Mr. Mayor.
Maybe I'm.
Carol want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Carol.
Okay, you asked this, I just wanted to put in my vote for what you asked and a couple of things to Rasha before you finalize it. And I'm okay with 2 months. I'm okay with either, but I think the more people we have, the more people we serve, the better. I don't know if we'll have any extra where we could extend. So I'm at 2 months. I'm okay with April. I think as soon as we stop the deadline and as soon as we get all the applications in, then we can just pull them out of a pot. Number 3. For Rasha, I really feel we need a little more proof of income and rental payment than 30 days. And I mean, a spreadsheet is nice, but anybody can fill out a spreadsheet, and I really think proof is required.
Okay. We will make sure that they provide us the backup documentation, but like I said, it is in the application already. Proof of income, they have to provide us proof of income, pay stubs for everyone in the household. It's on page 5 of 9 of the application.
And the other
Are you asking
thing.
for 60 days?
She's asking for more.
Okay.
30.
You want it for 60 days, Councilwoman?
We don't.
At least you got to see a change. 1 month isn't.
We're gonna vote on the package.
Huh?
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Real quick, Mr. Chairman, Rasha, based on my calculation, if we are $800 per month, that's at the 2 months. So that's $1,600 that we would be giving them, and that's the lower. Yeah, if we give $1 million, we divided by 1,600, that's, I guess, 625 people, which kind of really makes sense. But if you do it on the other end, which would be the I guess the 1,300 times 2, which is 2,600 divided by 1,000,000, that tremendously dropped the number, and that's give or take. So, Mr. Mayor, it all depends on how many people we're going to serve, either from 200 and something up to 6 something. So that is fluctuate in between there.
Yeah.
I think to pass by that. And that's not the proposal with 2 months.
Yes, and the way we're gonna do it after, when we put the package together, after the money is finished, we're gonna find out how many people. If there is another way we can come up with something, I'm pretty much sure we're going to do it. But the other question that we were discussing is about April or May. I don't think, as of right now, it doesn't matter. Is the person gonna cover 2 months or 3 months? That's mean if they wanna cover April, May, or May, June, I think is between them, is based on how much money the landlord receive already. And my point, first of all, we're gonna hand over applications tomorrow. People will be able to file the application during the week, and application will be available in other area. What I would like to do is to start receiving the applications on Monday, so everybody get a chance for 3, 4, 5 days to put all the papers together, and on Monday we start receiving application, no earlier than Monday. Do we agree with that? Instead of doing first come, first serve, everybody will have a chance to bring their application starting Monday. That would be the first thing. What you say, Carol?
If we just give a deadline of maybe next Friday, which is a quick deadline, but if they start coming in even tomorrow afternoon, that
No,
gives...
it's Monday.
No, I get it, but if they started coming in tomorrow afternoon, they pick up their application, they're ready, they've been waiting for the last week, they know about it, they're ready. That will give Rash's office more time to start working on it, but give a end deadline of Friday. That way people can start, you get all the applications put together, and then you do your little lottery for the eligible. You get rid of those that aren't
I
eligible.
don't understand. Explain it to me again.
People know about this. People have seen the applications. So if they come tomorrow morning and they put in their application that afternoon because they're ready to roll, that will give our CRA office that much more time to start processing. They give them an extra like 3-4 days to process, but give an end date. The last date you can put in an application is next Friday. They're all in there. We now have all the eligible applications. We can start. You put them in a bin, and however you do the applications, give each one a number.
What I would try to say, Carol, is like, since we're gonna issue the applications tomorrow, and some people are gonna go in the afternoon, and some people are gonna know about it tomorrow, that means we would like to have everybody the same chance to turn over their applications. That's why I said Monday for people to start run over their applications.
But if we do a lottery, it doesn't matter whether they turn it in Wednesday or Monday or Tuesday or next Wednesday.
Okay.
That's if my motion passes and we do a lottery, it just gives.
Okay. Now, and nobody wanna say anything before I put the motion. You are gonna say something, Rasha.
So just to be clear, we're giving out the applications tomorrow. We're telling them they can bring it Monday.
No, we're gonna do. Carol say something that makes sense. If we're gonna do a lottery, we don't care.
Okay, but we're gonna stop taking applications as of Friday, May 22nd. That's what you're saying. Yes?
No, that's a proposal. We haven't voted yet.
I know, I just want to be clear on what you're voting on, so we can, so I get the instructions right.
Yes. First of all, to run over the application, we should give them at least 2 weeks instead of Friday.
That's fine.
Secondly, and I want to hear motion on the proposal item with the lottery.
I made a motion to approve the resolution with all eligible applications being put into a lottery at the end date. The end date being 2 weeks from Wednesday.
Yes.
Mayor,
Is it too much?
no, just clarification. Is it for 2 months or 3 months?
I'll make
We're
a,
gonna go for 2 months.
Okay. Oh.
Can I ask a question? Chairman, this is the clerk. I'd like to ask a question.
Yes.
Just for clarity, are we going to take this motion and include all of the various amendments that were made, or would you like to vote on each amendment separately?
We're gonna say the maybe we're gonna repeat the amendments one by one for you.
No, I have them all down. I just need to know how you would like to vote on
Now I'm
them.
gonna tell you which one,
Okay,
okay?
so somebody's going to have to make a motion with
Yeah.
those.
Yes. Rasha, you were saying something? You wanna say something?
To be clear, the 2 weeks, you're saying that would be Friday, May 29th?
No,
That
2
would be
weeks
the
from
last-
Wednesday.
27.
2 weeks from Wednesday, from tomorrow.
From
May
Wednesday. May 27th, until Wednesday, not Friday.
Okay.
By the way, Monday is Memorial Day weekend. I just want to bring that up. It's, that's an off day. So I think it would be best for Friday.
Is an off day.
Not saying, like the office
You
is,
prefer Friday?
but it's fine.
Do you
Wednesday.
prefer Friday?
I think if Friday would be better.
Okay.
Friday, May 29th.
But are you gonna process the application as soon as they come in?
Well, you have said we have to process them no matter what in terms of eligibility and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's what I say.
So, and then we will prepare the package and the amount so we can then do the lottery process as you're requesting.
Yeah, we haven't voted yet. We're gonna vote on it. Okay.
Yeah.
The motion is to approve the item. One is gonna be 2 months instead of 3 months. Secondly, is gonna be a 2 weeks window to receive the applications. The due date is Friday 27,
The 29th?
29.
29. And third, it will be a lottery with all the qualifying applications.
So that's the motion that Councilwoman Keys made, and she had accepted all of the amendments. Do I have a second to the acceptance of all of those amendments?
Second.
Okay.
Vice Mayor seconded.
I have a motion made by Board Member Keys to approve Agenda Item 1 with all of the amendments as stated. The motion was seconded by Board Member Desmond. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, just,
The item passes with a 5-0 vote.
Mr. Chairman, just as a point of clarification, I don't think we need to actually amend the resolution.
Yeah,
We'll just
this
put
is
these,
process.
we'll just put these processes in the guidelines and in the application, so everyone will be aware of them.
Okay.
As having it in the resolution, where probably no one would be aware of them.
Okay.
Mr. Ducklewood,
Yes, sir.
I did ask a question. I said, please make sure we have some type of language on the application where it's clear regarding any, what was the language, Rasha, was trying to get edited at the bottom, or where it's clear? What, I'm sorry?
Fraud? Is it the?
Yes, regarding any attempt of fraud or anyone giving inaccurate information or trying to, so that's part of the CRA cover-up guideline?
Yes, it
Can be considered a felony.
will not meet the intent and the spirit of the grant.
We should have like a verification above the signature that says that the undersigned verifies the information is true and correct and is signing this under penalties of perjury.
Thank you
There
very
you
much.
go. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next slide.
So, Mr. Mayor, I like the idea of the 2 months. Real quick, with the lottery, would we by next meeting, we'll announce it, we'll do it live here, and then we'll announce the winners and publish them then?
It's gonna be at the next council, and they have until Friday, and officially they're gonna announce that, and they're gonna say this is how many applications they received, this is how many are qualifying, and this is, and we can put the list of all qualifying, we put it, and you do the rotary, and we publish the result.
The result, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Item number 2.
Agenda item 2, resolution to approve C2 Group LLC, parentheses, Thomas Sasso Pool Facade, close parentheses, change order. A resolution of the chair and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency approving change order to that certain agreement dated February 12, 2018 with the C2 Group LLC for Thomas Sasso Pool Facade renovation in the amount of $52,700 for a revised contract amount not to exceed $351,000, authorizing the executive director to execute the change order, authorizing the executive director to take all action necessary to implement the change order, and providing an effective date. Agenda item 2.
And Mr. Destrade, the procurement director, should be online.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, board members. For the record, Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. The item that you have before you is simply a request for your approval of a proposed change order to the contracting firm C2 Group LLC for the Thomas Sasso Pool Facade renovation project. The total amount of this change order is $52,700, and it includes the following work. The cost includes the installation of facade braces on the building's roof, roof restoration, ceiling restoration for all roof penetrations as part of the work. The time for completion of this work is 75 days from notice to proceed. A representative from the firm is available online in the event that you have any questions. And this concludes my presentation of the item, and I'll be glad to take any other questions that you have.
I have a question.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chairman? Mr. Chairman, can you all hear me, see me?
We can hear you and see you. The chairman has stepped away from the camera.
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead, Councilman. Go ahead, board member.
Thank you. Mr. Destrade, who at the Parks Department was the main person in helping you select and negotiate this agreement?
Well, Mr. Board Member, it's a project that was awarded back in 2018. It was awarded by your CRA board back in 2018. This is the contracting firm that was awarded for this project. And this change order is intended to sort of finish up the work. It's the last piece of the project to be able to finish this. So this is a contractor that's already been awarded by this board and has been working on this project now for quite a while.
And you feel confident that it was selected without any bias toward from any staff person toward any organization or any company?
Yes, this was actually a competitive bid. This was a hard bid, competitive bid on price. And again, that was submitted to the CRA board. It was approved by your board.
I get that. You can probably see where I'm going with this line of questioning because we've had some recent administration issues in the Parks Department. I'm just asking you on the record whether or not you have any concerns that anybody in that department, then or now, exerted any influence into this company being selected.
None at all. None at all. This was a, as I said, a competitive bid process. Everything here is above board. And the matter before you really is a change order just to finish up the project. That's all it is.
Thank you.
Follow up Council Galvin's question, Mr. Estrada. I have one quick question for you. And I'm so disappointed that this process has taken this long with the previous people that they had. So are these different people or this is the new folks? Because I've been asking what's going on, when it's going to be done, and what happened to the other people.
This is the same contractor. This is the original contractor, board member, that was originally awarded to the project. From my understanding, there have been some design changes that happened in the duration of the project, which may have extended the time for the project. And again, so this is a final change order intended to wrap this up and finish up this project.
So this is the same people that's been on the project, because when I see the word change, that kind of, I was a little curious. Okay.
Mr. Vice Chair? Mr. Vice Chair?
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify, and Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, the change order is merely a change in price. It's not a change in contractor.
In contract.
Okay, so it's a change in price. Your total contract amount now will be $350,351, up from an original contract price of 200 and, let me just get that number for you, $281,290. There was an interim change order that increased the price as well. And as Mr. Destrade has indicated, this should be the final change order. We should not have any further changes in price after this change order is approved, if it is approved by you all.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Is there any question from the board? Madam Clerk, is there any question or comment from the public?
Give me a second and I will check that. At this time, no, we do not have any hands raised for public comment.
Thank you very much. We open it and we close public comment. Can I have a motion to approve the item?
So moved.
Second.
Alex, you didn't second your.
I did second.
No, yeah, she's second, yeah, we here.
Okay.
You can second it.
Yeah.
Madam Clerk, yes.
I have a motion made by Board Member Galvin to approve Agenda Item 2. The motion was seconded by Board Member Keys. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll have to wait for Councilwoman Estime Irvin, I suppose.
No, when she come back, we will do that. We almost time.
Okay. So, the item passes with a 4-0 vote. All opposed? Yeah, item passes 4-0.
Thank you, thank you.
Agenda item 3.
Agenda Item 3, resolution to approve additional $600,000 of funding for emergency relief to jumpstart business grant. A resolution of the chairman and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency allocating an additional $600,000 to the Emergency Relief to Reopen Business Grant Program, authorizing the executive director to take all steps necessary and appropriate to implement the application to the Emergency Relief to Reopen Business Grant Program, and providing an effective date. Agenda Item 3.
Thank you very much.
And board members, as you recall, you had approved previously in April the Jumpstart Emergency Grant Program, and you had allocated $600,000 to help approximately 120 businesses. As you can imagine, we've received more applications than we can fund. So far, we capped it at 120 from the last time. People are still calling, and so the CRA staff and I were able to identify additional funding through our budget to make it available to an additional 120 businesses. To this day, people are still calling and applying because it's a dire need. I do want to say that, again, this program is for people who have applied for the PPP, SBA, and EIDL loan and were denied or were not able to get it. Several of the businesses that have applied have received the PPP and EIDL, so they have been removed from the list. So the way we're doing it helps in the sense of like it's not double dipping. This is for those businesses that will not be able to get the PPP and the EIDL loan. So staff recommends approval. Once you approve it, we will reopen the grant system online to allow people to apply through the online system again, and we will have the applications available for more businesses that come in. The mayor's mic is off.
Mayor, is your mic on? You're self-muted, Mayor.
Yes. Yes, and now do we have public comment on the item? Madam Clerk?
We do not have any hands raised for this item.
Okay, Vice Mayor Desulme, we open it and close it. Vice Mayor?
Yes, sir. Real quick question. The people who get this $1,000, they still will be eligible for the 5,000, which has
This
nothing.
is the 5,000 one. First of all, this is the 5,000 one, not the 1,000. Yeah. However, to bring that up to you, if they had gotten $1,000 for under the essential grant guidelines, they can apply for up to 4,000 because that would make them at the 5,000 level. We want to be fair with everyone, but again, they still have to apply for the PPP. Several of them that got the 1,000 essential and everything successfully, they were able to get the PPP. So it's opening up for other people.
No.
Got it. So, okay, so this is the 5,000. Okay. All right. No question.
Any other question? Okay, so let's move.
Is there a second?
Yes, I do.
I have a motion made by Board Member Galvin to approve Agenda Item 3. The motion was seconded by Board Member Desulme. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The item passes with a 5-0 vote.
Thank you very much. And now, do we have any report from the city attorney, from the CRA executive director?
No report, sir.
Any public comment?
Secretary.
No, there are no public comments at this time, Mayor, Chairman.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So move.
So moved.
Second, we're gonna come back in 10 minutes for our council meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you very much.
Meeting adjourned as of 1:59.